Welcome back to Mind Pop Thrift. My name's Tom. I'm a stay-at-home dad for my 5 kids, and I'm a full-time eBay reseller. That's something I say every time. If you want to learn more about stay-home dadding, ask a question. I don't really talk about it all that much other than to say it every time on the channel. I talk about how I'm doing running my full-time shop out of my barn, and then Evelyn is out here watching Paw Patrol while I do my stuff. Oh, Evie wants to show you. What do you got going on there, sister? Peekaboo. Did you put your jacket on backwards because you're a silly girl?
Yeah.
Did you zip it up on backwards all by yourself, or did you get help?
Get help.
Dad might have played along a little bit on that, zipping the jacket up backwards. Everything for today is pulled and packed already. Lego minifigs, these were part of the lot that I picked up for $8. I don't think I've sold very much. I guess I broke even on it when I sold one platform. I haven't listed the lot stuff yet. These sold for $10.20 free shipping. This shirt is the very first single stitch shirt I ever picked up, so it's been around forever. Turns out it was a nightgown, a sleep shirt. So I didn't realize that. I knew a whole lot less 4 years ago about selling clothing. It sold for $11.99 plus shipping. You guys were with me 2 weeks ago when I picked up this Stepping Up. It's like a church DVD set and a box of DVDs to do as a huge group workshop and a box of DVDs to do as a small group workshop. I think comps looked like they were like $40 on each, but the sell-through rate was pretty low, so I put them up. I paid $1.99 a piece for them. I put them up for $45 for both, and hopefully some church is blessed with that. Kohl's Cares. I don't know if you guys saw me pick. Yeah, you guys saw me pick this up. I picked up the Pigeon 6-8 weeks ago, and then I picked up the Elephant, which is from the same series. Maybe even, no, they're probably in the same book somewhere, but they're not in the books that my kids read together. Anyway, sold for $15.99. Levi listed that one. Levi listed this CD from the 700 CDs that we bought at $0.25 a piece. One has sold. Only 7 or 8 have been listed. $11.99 free shipping. We talked in the last video, the Santana CD. This is for a surround sound system specifically. It has to have a certain decoder. I don't know what it is exactly, but it was the only CD in that box that had a CD in it other than one that was like a 3-pack of metal, and it had one CD in it. So it was like the hits of heavy metal collection, disc 1, 2, and 3, 72 hours of music, and it was one disc in this case. I picked this up for $30 at a thrift store a year ago, maybe more. A thrift store I literally will not go in anymore because they're so crazy overpriced. Like, I've shown you me going into the Restore and saying, holy cow, this place is a joke. And I've shown you me going into the Hope Chest and finding some stuff, but then some stuff, when they think they have something, they price it way over the moon. And when they don't think they have, when they don't know what they have, they price stuff reasonably. So you can find stuff there. But this place, I literally will not go in. Southside Mission is a waste of time. They eBay everything and just try to sell everything at above eBay retail. And like their polos just on the shirt racks are $6-7 a piece. So even if they got in like some decent stuff that wasn't something that they would think to mark up, their floor prices are too high, and their books are like $2 a piece unless marked otherwise, and they've got a sign that says you can only buy 6 or 8 books at a time. Like, it's the barrier to entry there is so high that I don't enter there. Anyway, last time I was there a year ago, I bought this cardigan for $30 because it was old, and I was like, somebody's gonna want that. That is legit vintage clothing. It's cool. I spent $30, sold for $25 plus $10 shipping, and it's going to cost me about $7 to ship. So that gets me almost to broke even before I pay fees. Not a good pickup. These pinup girls I picked up at the auction Wednesday that I'd never showed you guys. I paid $10. They sold for $15.50 free shipping. I put them on auction free shipping starting at a penny, mostly to see what would happen. I've been running some more auctions. I've had an auction running one at a time and with a very little bit of overlap for about a month, and everything has been paid quickly. Everything has gotten a number of bids, and it's always things that I don't know how to value. Like these pinup girl, I didn't know if they were new, or if they were reasonably recent reproductions, but they're images that are from World War II. So they could be $3 a piece, or they could be $40 a piece. And they were tear outs from a calendar. So they didn't have the calendar dates, so they're incomplete. And they're double-sided papers, so you can't get display out of all 6 images. So it's a really hard thing to value. And it's like, why waste my time? Just let the market determine the value. And I know that auctions sell for less, but I could spend 4 hours evaluating what those pinups are worth, or I could spend 4 hours listing other things and making YouTube videos, and just, even if those were worth $100, the $85 difference, I listed 20 shirts in that time, and I made the $85 up rather than spending a whole bunch of time researching and pretending that these are the holy grail that they are not. I just didn't want to waste as much time as I'm wasting now talking about it, researching it, to come to the end of the road and be like, oh, they're worth $10 a piece. So I think there's something to be said for just putting a price on it and getting it moved. Because I'll say it again, I alluded to it a minute ago. If this envelope is worth $200, but I spend 2 hours researching it to make that $200, and I would say I list about 5 items an hour. So 10 items didn't get listed while I was researching this envelope. So those 10 items would be more than the $200 that I spent on this. Not to say you shouldn't do research, but if an item is going to take you forever to research, it had better be worth more than you're making on average with the time you're spending researching it. Because
This one's too big.
that's too big, that seat?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a minute. I got a problem to solve, and then I'm going to make another point. So here's where knowing some numbers about your business comes in handy. I know that my average sale price right now is right about $22.80, something like that. So, and I know that I list 5 or 6 items an hour because I've looked at the clock, started listing stuff, looked back at the clock, an hour's passed, and I've listed 5 or 6 items on average a bunch of times. So so if I think about doing a whole bunch of research on an oil painting to figure out what it's worth, and it's 2 hours, my 2 hours could have gotten me 10 or 12 listings worth, on average, $22 a piece. So let's say 10 at 20 a piece is $200 in round numbers. And so I work hard to not research myself into a deficit when I'm trying to figure out what something is. There's an appropriate amount of time to spend, 15, 20 minutes, trying to make sure that you're selling this $25 shirt for $25 instead of finding out later that it's $200. The an Indiana Jones shirt that I sold a couple weeks ago. And I never would have come up with that. Even after I knew what it was, I still couldn't find anything that said it was worth what it was worth. But a handful of people in the collector market and the guy who bought it told me they thought that's where it was valued. So anyway, I could have, that one would have been worth the extra time, but I never would have gotten there. But so you make sure that you're not listing a $15 shirt for $30, and you make sure you're not listing a $200 shirt for $30. And if it takes 10 minutes, awesome. If you're going to spend 3-4 hours, 10 hours on a G.I. Joe box lot, you know, like sometimes used to be 10 years ago, and it probably would still happen to somebody at some point. You find one of these totes that's totally full of G.I. Joes, and you got to go home and take the G.I. Joes out and go on yojo.com and figure out what weapon went with this guy, and oh, here's the boat, and that has this cannon, and that takes a lot of time, but it's worth a lot of money. I don't want to research one item so long, or wait so long to list it, or spend so much time on prepping an item that it is causing a deficit in the value of that item based on the idea that I could be listing other items. Does that make sense? Am I beating a dead horse? I feel like I get a little ranty and I say the same thing over and over and over and over again. And now I have spent more time talking about that principle for this item than I spent researching this item, because it's not worth it. So I'm causing myself a deficit in the cost of that item after it's sold, and I didn't do the research. Let's move on. Pepsi sweatshirt sold for $26. I paid $7 at Goodwill the other day. It's going to cost me $12 to ship, and so I'm not making a grand deal of money on it, but it's a cool item. It sold reasonably quickly, and I'll make $10. 7 plus 12 is 17. 26. Make 8. I'll make $7.50 probably. I'll probably double up. So I bought it for $7.50. I listed it for $26. I'll ship it, and it'll end up in the at the end of the day, after fees and stuff, I'll end up making $7.50. Actually, it's a sweatshirt, and it's $12.50 if I send it regular priority to the person in Texas. But if I put it in a legal flat rate, that'll save me $5 on the shipping, and then I'll be in pretty good profit. I'll make $12 on spending $7.50. These Magic Treehouse sold for $21 on offer, free shipping, but they are going to ship media, so it's only going to cost like $5. And then this little family, loving family stuff does reasonably well from what I understand. I would still pick it up, but this stuff wasn't as valuable as I hoped it was. I paid $10 for this bag, and it sold for $18.90 plus $5.60 shipping. And because I picked that one up, then the next lot of dollhouse stuff that I saw, I was like, oh, that's loving family too, and I picked it up for $10, and the stuff's almost worthless. But that's all she wrote. That's all the stuff that sold. It's all already packaged in the house. I'm out here gonna print labels on my computer, and then me and Evie's begging to go to Goodwill. Let me say that I recognize the hypocrisy in telling you that research is a time suck, and you should be your best reseller self by just getting a price on something to get it sold, and spending several hours every day at Goodwill. I'm spending time at Goodwill not doing research and not listing stuff, and I already have items, so why am I at Goodwill? So if research is your bone and you want to go nuts doing research, do what makes you happy. But I think that it can be a detriment, a hurdle, that you spend so much time trying to figure out what something's worth that it takes value out of itself. I spend so much time trying to find the next thing that it takes value out of the things that I already have. So that's me being a hypocrite at you. go to Goodwill anyway. So let me know what you think about that. Am I leaving a whole bunch of money on the table by not doing a ton of research? Mostly those things that I put on auction is what I'm talking about. I may grab this Rogue just because it's cool. What do we have here? $6 new in the package. I might grab that too. Now, this tiny bag of Legos is $20 and doesn't look like it's got anything more in it than the other stuff.
Dad,
See if there's any hats. Redbird, whatever that Redbird is, looks pretty cool.
my first one doesn't work, so I'm gonna get this one.
You're gonna get that one?
Because my other one doesn't work.
Get out. Another of that railroad hat. No Fear. Is that vintage snapback? Oh, it is. I don't know if that's any good or not, but I'm buying it. Cool. Vintage, made in the USA snapback, No Fear. $2.59. What do we have? No, ma'am, you're gonna stay with Dad. Let me tell you what I'm thinking, is that looking at the comments, looking at the likes, and I can't see who likes the video, but I can see who comments, obviously. I feel like I'm making a video every day, and for the most part, people are watching every third video. And I don't expect you guys to feel a responsibility to keep up with every single video every day. 15 or 20 minutes out of every day is a lot for me to ask. Core Secrets. It looks basically new unused. Yeah, the DVDs, there's 2 open. $5. Let's try that. So what I was saying about that, and I never did finish my thought because I got distracted by the workout thing. I think that people are just watching the newest video, the latest, whichever one is up when they check on the channel, which is great. I appreciate that. But I think that probably people are only checking once every couple of days, or YouTube isn't recommending my videos to my viewers every single day. Just kind of looking at some patterns and trying to figure out how to get this thing off the ground. And so I was listening to a guy that I follow who is also a reseller and a YouTuber, and he said something to the effect of he felt like he was cannibalizing his audience by posting, and he's posting multiple videos a day, and YouTube's recommending one of those videos, but not the all of his videos to all of his audience. And so everybody isn't seeing everything because he's oversaturating his market with videos. And I wonder if I didn't think of it quite like that, but I wonder if I'm not getting as many views because I'm putting out a video every single day, and while I have enough content because my content is just day after day, my audience doesn't require a daily dose. So I think I'm going to probably do a handful of shorts during the week and maybe 2 or 3 videos. I'm gonna have to figure out a schedule, which I hate, but I will if I'm not doing videos every day, it's not because I'm slowing down or not wanting to do it anymore. I think that my channel will be healthier if I'm not posting every single day. Let me know your thoughts on that. Back to thrifting. Papa Pig. You didn't even see Daniel Tiger yet, did you?
Where was
Here's Daniel Tiger.
he? You were down here.
Daniel Tiger and the wand. Class 3000. I don't know what that is, but it's neat looking. Kid Connects. Cat in the Hook. Oh, we put the wand down to get Daniel Tiger?
Yeah.
That surprises me a little bit. I wonder what this is. I'm gonna put the phone down and look at it a second. Guys, I'm such a nerd. This and this are figures from Wildcrats. You remember Zaboomafoo?
Oh, yeah.
Then the guys came up with this show, and that is Martin in a sea turtle animal powers. Bolo City. Holy crap. I don't know if he works. Of Tamatoa. That's pretty awesome. Oh, there's a bubble wand. I wonder if that one's from the parks. I need to go get a cart. What is this? Oh, that's nothing. So unfortunately, there's only 2 Wildcrats things in there, and it's $5, and there's just not enough meat on the bone. At $5, I'd probably break even and be gambling on the rest of the stuff, and the rest of the stuff didn't look very good. Let's look at Tamatoa. So this is pretty good, depending on how much it costs, I guess. I'm suspecting it's like $2.50. Yeah, it's Jake and the Neverland Pirates ship. Daddy saw that already. But it's got just under 100% sell-through rate at like $20. And this is from Mickey on Ice, which is not the same as a Parks one. Okay, so I thought for sure this was going to be a get, but it's really not. And then look at this thing. That's just a cool steampunk clock. So I just saw this and I was like, dude, that looks like expensive art. I don't know how you would find much out about it. And I Google imaged it, and they're like, are you looking for life rings? Like life preservers? Which I thought was pretty funny, because once they said it, now you can't unsee it. Let's see. Tahari. So there's a book for the boys, and Tamatoa, No Fear, Steampunk, and Class of 3000. So evidently Class of 3000 is a Cartoon Network cartoon from 2007. I could not find, no, I'm not. My wife's home from work. I could not find anything at all about it on this lunchbox existing, other than on WorthPoint, but I don't have WorthPoint. But it was $4. I'm like, I'm going to take a shot on it. If there's none listed, there's none sold. I'll see if I can do a little bit of research, spend some time looking for it. Lunchbox, not a lot today. We'll probably grab that X-Men Rogue thing up in the front. Not that it's worth flipping, but it's pretty cool. And I like to have old toys in the box. And so we're going to hang on to that anyway. So Tamatoa works. And I ran into a viewer of the channel named Mike. Nice to meet you, Mike. Hopefully you watched this video. And yeah, thanks for watching. We're going to head to one more. We got an hour before we got to go get the boys from school, so we'll try to make a quick one out of that. So we came on up across town to the other Goodwill. We got like an hour before we got to go pick up Brothers, so we'll make it quick in here and then head to go get Brothers. We don't have that. We don't need that.
Right.
She didn't see all this Paw Patrol stuff. Oh, it's taped to the big thing. Forget all that noise.
Oh.
Sounds like they're coming out with another cart.
I have seen that.
We did find $6 for some nice looking Carhartt pants, and this is single stitch nature tee, but it's $5. I haven't decided whether or not I want to get it. I always like that allure tag. This willow tree is really cool, but it's $20. Not a chance. But I'm not mad at them for pricing it that way, because I went to that auction the other day and people were paying $25 a piece for willow trees that weren't as good as that one. It was nuts. Lots and lots of money on willow trees. This is a Herman Miller tabletop. I don't think there's any Herman Miller table legs. They probably just stole the legs and donated the top out of the goodness of their heart. So with their books being 50 cents a piece, a lot of times I would pick up something like this that's 1, 2, and 3. But I think specifically on this 50 Shades series that the audience has died out enough that the sell-through rate's going to be pretty low. But I'll check it because it's $1.50. So even if it's a quick sale at $10, it might be worth picking up. So I was like, well, there's nothing worth getting. We're gonna just leave. And Evie's like, Dad, move this red shirt. So I moved this red shirt. She's like, that's worth getting. And it is a single stitch tie-dye 1990 Maui and Sons with that big crazy shark head on the back. Cut tag. But at $2.99.
That's a get.
All right, well, we are in line to get brothers from school, so that's gonna wrap our day. Hopefully you found this entertaining and informative. Little Miss Picarina back there is having a nap. And we're gonna get some brothers. We'll see you on the next one.